Hey everyone, welcome to Life Academy for the month of May. I don't know about you, but I am so excited for warmer weather. But with that, this month, usually our schedules just seem to get crazier and crazier. So I want to start off with a question. Does anyone feel like you're going crazy sometimes? I don't know about you, but I definitely feel this way. Now, I don't know if you've ever thought about this before, but I want you to think about the people in your life that you influence. You do influence the people around you. You influence the people you work with, you influence your children, you influence your friends and your family members. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is whether you like it or not, you are a leader. But for what? And what are the groups of people that are around you in your life? What are they seeing in you? And then, do they want to follow you or become more like the person you are? Now, these are all questions to consider, but as you do that, here is a very real question. Do you ever feel like life just drives you nuts sometimes? Now, there's been a lot of studies that have happened, especially since COVID, and one is that around the world, professionals, people at the workplace, they found that employees and leaders are burning out at record rates. Most executives don't even think they're being effective anymore. A lot of them don't realize the impact their leadership has on those around them. And this is why I'm here to tell you and talk to you today. You maybe don't realize the impact that you have on the people around you. Now, 77% of people say that their stress level has increased dramatically since COVID. And most people don't really feel like the end is anywhere in sight. Now, I can say in my own experience, after meeting with people lately who seem to be very desperate for some help or a little bit of encouragement, I know this to be true now more than ever. Now, here's the first thing for you to consider. If you feel like life is just crazy and out of control, I want you to think about this. How much of your mind is focused on the human world around you? And how much of your mind is focused on your spiritual life? My first key piece of advice for not losing your mind and not going insane, here it is. You must bring God in. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and then your plans will succeed." Bring Him into every area of your life. Let His influence be bigger than the influence of everything around you, your schedule, your work, all these things. When you feel like you are going insane, the very first thing you should do is pray. Talk to God. Ask Him to open your eyes to the truth about each situation you're faced with, and talk to Him about whatever it is that is stressing you out. The Bible makes it very clear in Philippians chapter 4. It says, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace. When you pray, things change. And what I mean by pray is maybe just stop. Be present where you are and be focused right there. Just quiet your mind, quiet your life, and just take a break. Because prayer and the right attitude, that makes it possible for us to use everyday challenges of being a husband or a wife or a mother or father or work or friend, whatever your role is. This gives us an opportunity for God to shape us, me and you, into the people He made us to be. Now, for me, being in sort of a leadership position for a lot of years, I have had to make some tough decisions and I've had some hard situations to deal with. And honestly, sometimes I haven't handled them very well. But the one thing that I can see if I look back, I can see that in part it was because I didn't begin and end with God. And bringing Him in was not my first priority. I found myself trying to solve problems without taking Him into consideration. Now, here at Academy Consulting, when we counsel people, for me, when I am in a session with someone, I am in a continual conversation with God. Before I enter the room, when I am in the room, the entire time. And I am saying this, God, help me to see them the way you do. Speak through me. Give me the words. And I'm telling you, this works every single time. Now, you may not be a counselor or a pastor, but wherever you find yourself, when you go to God and you ask him to help you see things his way, everything changes. See, there's a verse in the Bible that says, let God transform you by changing the way you think. And when you do this, you will experience a peace that passes all understanding. And I know this with 100% certainty because for me, it has proven to be true. So I want to challenge you to try that and find out for yourself. Now, here's another thing, and this is kind of more of a practical thing, but being stressed out or being too busy or so busy, this is a choice that you get to make. Did you hear that? I don't know if you've ever thought about this before, but the question is, do you think being stressed out is a choice? Now, it seems like most people that I talk to, they're stressed out. Their lives, their schedules, their things are in such a disarray that they feel out of control. Here's the thing. You can't always control what happens in your life, but you can always control how you respond to it. Stress is your response to whatever the heck it is that's going on, and you have control over that. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. Sometimes stress is your choice, and sometimes, as much as you would like to choose not to be stressed out, we just can't help it. So in those instances, your reaction, especially to the people around you, but also inside of yourself, is really important. Now, I find this most with my kids. If I've had a stressful day, I found myself, when I get home, maybe I'm a little less patient, which is crazy because they don't deserve my snappiness or my crazy nature. Or if you have a spouse at home, sometimes they get our worst, but they really do deserve our best. And this is on me, and it's on you too. So if you find that stress is a problem in your life, I just want to offer you a couple suggestions. The first is this. Maybe you just need to quit something. A while back, I signed up for the PTO at my kids' school. I really enjoy helping out and volunteering and going in and hanging up artwork and all of the things. My kids' school does a lot for their teachers and their staff, and as I was getting more and more involved, what I realized is it wasn't something I was enjoying. It was another thing I had to do, and I didn't have time for that, and it wasn't making me happy, so I had to quit because I knew it was best for me and it was best for my family. So for you, I want to encourage you to take an inventory and take a look at your schedule. And if what you're involved in is causing you more stress than happiness, maybe you just need to quit something. Because if you can't be free of stress, you're maybe not in the right position because God didn't create you to live a life of being stressed out all the time. John chapter 14:27 says, I'm leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. Do you have peace of mind and heart? You weren't put in an influential position by God just to be stressed out and troubled by it all the time. But if you are in a position that you feel very secure that God put you there and there's a reason you're there and you don't want to quit, then here's a few things you can try. Now, when was the last time you had some fun? Whatever it is. When's the last time you took a break? As simple as this may be, people consistently neglect it. And they fail to do the simplest things, like have fun. So just have some fun already. Now, for Mike, you know what he would tell you. He'd say, go fishing, or play a video game, or watch a good show on Netflix. For me, I would choose a nap, or reading a book, going for a walk maybe. What is it for you? How do you have fun? If you're having some problems coming up with this, then maybe this is what you needed to hear today. I was at the park with my kids a couple of weeks ago and I went on the swing. Have you done that lately? It's super fun, super simple, and totally free. When was the last time you hung out with people you like and people that actually build you up and match your energy? Or when was the last time you spent some time alone? Just being present. Whatever it is that fuels you, this is what you need to do more of. Now, I want to come back to where I started, spending time with God. I know I may be repeating this over and over, but listen to this verse in Psalm 16. It says, I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. If you are losing your sanity, maybe it could be possible that you're not trusting God enough, and maybe you're not spending enough time being focused on what matters and being too busy focusing on what you see in front of you. And remember that most of what is causing your stress, you can choose. And only you have the power to make those changes. So shift your focus. If you feel yourself relating to this lesson and you would like more guidance in this area, give me a call, send me an email. I'll put my contact information in the comments. I'll give you some personal encouragement and action steps for you to start making these changes today. See you next time.